right, it's the rundown. Wednesday, February 28th. We got me, Rico, Hubs. No ad today, but you know what? Let's just shout out the Barstool store in general. A lot of good St. Patrick's Day merch on there. I think if you order by March 3rd, guaranteed delivery. You guys got any big St. Patrick's Day plan? March is...
We got the parade on Sunday. Staten Island parade on Sunday.
Already?
Yeah, first Sunday in March.
Huh.
So last year, St. Patrick's Day was like the first day of March, second day of March Madness. That's just like...
The best.
Fucking insane.
March Madness is too late this year.
Dude, it's
not really.
March Madness should
really?
only be in March. This should be the Final Four shouldn't be in April.
Oh yeah, it should.
No,
The Final Four could be like April 2nd.
Nah, come on, because that kicks off April. April's a
6th.
garbage month if it doesn't have the Final Four.
The beginning of March Madness year.
First is too late for the first.
That's insane. That's crazy.
Yeah, but the weeks that people, when do you stop caring about it? You don't really pay attention during the Final Four. Like,
No, I pay attention.
You're not as
I watch
dialed
college
in.
basketball from the round of 64 through the championship.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it.
But the first 2 weeks being in March is fine.
Those are obviously the best. The best weekend is the first weekend. Obviously.
Yeah. I actually think you a lot of years you can make a case championship week is better than the first 4 days of the tournament.
Conference championship.
Oh, that's
wire.
totally.
I
It's
don't
completely
know.
slept on.
Wire.
It's just too much.
Tommy, it's
the best way.
to wire. There are games. There's a doubleheader. There's like the
It's
NEC
crazy.
championship, and then you go out west to like the Summit on Monday night. Tuesday night has the Patriot and something else. Double dip, and then you go Wednesday all day games. Thursday all day games. Friday day games.
The difference, though, is
Saturday,
like it's not
all the
viewed
way
as like a
through.
holiday. Like March, the first 4 days are truly a holiday. But like I get what you're saying. If you're a college basketball junkie, like conference tournament,
Well, there are
week is
people who
insane.
like going out to Vegas and sportsbooks more during championship week than the first 4 days of the tournament as well.
See that? I mean, we'll jump around a little bit. It's on the rundown. Basketball buzzer beaters last night. Kentucky, Reed Shepard hits a floater at the buzzer to beat Mississippi State.
He's a motherfucker.
Nevada's
Really good.
Jared Lucas, buzzer beater from beyond half court to beat Colorado State. NBA Max Strauss hit one too. I feel like you guys follow college basketball a little.
Yeah, we were saying I think the Mountain West is a very compelling conference because they get this bad rap of like, oh, they can't win in the tournament. They played for a national title last year. You know, and granted they've been underperforming in the tournament, but I think the major problem is around this time of year or mid-February they have like 6 or 7 teams that are looking at bids, and then they all beat each other up, and it ends up hurting them, and they only get 3 or 4 teams in. Its conference is really good. I think that conference is better than the ACC. I think it's better than obviously the A10. Like it's right there below.
Hey,
the Mountain West
It's better than the Big Ten.
Yeah, I didn't want to go that far and piss people off, but the more
I think
you
it
look
is.
at it,
I find myself watching the Mountain West and those like top 6, 7 teams more than I should.
Ranked top 25.
they've fallen.
They fluctuate. A lot of like
The guy I said was going to win Coach of the was the best hire in April is up for National Coach of the Year, Danny Sprinkle,
For what team?
Utah State. They're ranked.
Why do I know that name?
He's from Montana State.
Colorado State was ranked at one point. New Mexico was ranked for a while. They fell off a little.
San Diego State's ranked. They got the goods. Nevada's really good, playing really
Nevada's
well. Boise's
awesome.
playing well. They're all in.
I was telling you, Lucas, the guy who hits the half-court buzzer beater, that guy has been in college, I think, since 2019.
Yes.
He was on the Oregon State team that we got an eighth of a Bitcoin on during Bracket Busters.
Ripping.
Which was, what'd you say?
Which is ripping today, Bitcoin.
Okay,
Get
yep,
to
that too.
That's still Rob. You still got it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not. But that guy's been around forever. His like celebration after he hits the half-court shot, he just like does a victory lap, screaming at all the Colorado State people in like full villain mode.
Yeah.
Just that's what college. Obviously, storming the court is getting like all the, but like that kind of shit, being a villain against like Marshall Henderson shit, where you used to clap against.
Fucking gifs of Marshall Henderson going like this.
It wasn't to
being
that
like-
degree, but like, that's got to be the best fucking feeling in the world.
Oh yeah.
So that was cool.
Give me 3 teams you think can win the championship.
If in terms of like flow, like right now, I think the group of the 3 you would pick is Houston, Purdue, or UConn. For argument's sake, I mean, listen, I have friends on UConn, love the Hurleys. I'm gonna take Houston just because they're motherfuckers on defense.
Okay.
So I like them, and I think 2 real sleepers of teams who can make runs right now are Baylor and Florida. Baylor at like 35-1 or 30-1, and
They
Florida.
gave Houston hell over the weekend.
Yeah, Baylor's really good. Shoots the ball from deep. They
Only
got
that big guy hit a free
There's
throw.
been 5 or 6 coaches who can win a championship, or current coaches who've won championships, maybe 7. Scott Drew is on that list, obviously, and I think Florida's just a motherfucking team in a good conference.
A few months ago, I put a future on Texas. Any shot?
They don't
that?
play any defense.
Well, the only reason is I found out Max Abmas was on that team from Oral Roberts.
Yeah.
They're going to be one of the last.
This guy's good. Senior guard.
Another one of our bracket buster Hall of Famers.
Yeah. And I was like, well, this team on good value there.
They're going to be one of the last 4 teams in the tournament.
Okay.
This year.
Maybe with me as well.
I have such a regret. I think the Bitcoin year, me, Marty, and Jerry had like one of the first picks, and we made a list, and we weren't expecting. It was one of those. I guess we were expecting to go like 10th. So like, all right, here are our teams.
Yeah.
And we went like 3rd. So, and they were all available. So we like shit our pants. We're like, wait, we didn't know what the fuck to do. We took Memphis, who gave Gonzaga a thrill in the first one, but we should have just taken.
That was when we went to Oral Roberts. We were like the last ones to pick.
Yeah.
And then
Should have taken Michigan. There was some controversy
Oral Roberts
with that too.
Last year, they didn't win.
that was the second time we've taken them.
Oh, that's right.
They went to the Elite Eight.
With Max Asmus.
Yeah.
They lost
we
to,
tried to run that back.
Sweet 16 maybe?
Yeah, whatever. But they made it. And then
they went to the
the Oral Roberts year, do you remember that craziness? Where we had 3 teams at once because people wouldn't tweet.
Weren't tweeting,
and then we
got like.
But then Rhee and Fran got.
Took Oral Roberts from us.
Yeah, and then
we made it with Oregon State.
They took a team that won. And then we were given Oregon State, and we were like, but then Rhee and Fran won earlier in the day, and we were like, are we just not going to fucking advance now?
Yeah.
But then we did because of Lucas.
Yeah, that was when Ev found out that the kid Lucas was on the Oregon State team, he was betting them through the Pac-12 tournament. Dukes was like, you know that kid was on Oregon State. He was like this, like my brother. Like it was like a fraternity.
Dude, I'm telling you,
he loved that team. He bought their merch. He wrote them for 8 games.
You talk
there are
about
be teams like that conference tournament that start, and you could just catch them. Oregon a couple years ago, when they did it too, when they were a 12 seed, they won the Pac-12. Like the teams can just get hot in these weeks and just run.
You talk about teams that they're not going to be ranked, but that Nevada team, they were without Blackshear, who was their second best player last night, winning on the road. That team has been ripping for about a month now. I would not pick against them.
I wish I paid more attention this year.
I love them.
Well,
I love college basketball. I love the tournament, but I don't feel like watching games in fucking November and December.
No, that's fair.
But
it's just on. I just passed the time.
I'm gonna read a few articles soon of here's what you need to know for March Madness, and then boom, I'll be right there.
Yeah, I think you could pick and pop.
The star power this year is
conference games are great too.
Yeah,
like on the campus, like the Patriot game and the fucking Ivy is played neutral, whatever. But like the Horizon Champions, like there's games each night that are just fucking electric.
The star power this year in March Madness, though, in college basketball is it's non-existent.
I was gonna say
it's Zach Edey, and there's really no we watch it, but
Agreed.
it's
a bad draft.
Like the good.
It's a horrible. You know what I was gonna ask you?
And
I don't want to
really, I mean, in terms of stars that you would know, like the kid Sheed from Houston is playing really well.
Not a star.
Not
a starter.
Agreed.
Sorry,
a
star, but not like a household name.
What's the guy on UConn who got the triple double?
Cam Spencer. No,
Newton.
They
have just a bunch of really good players, and their center is
Travis
huge.
Newton, is that right? Something like that.
No, it's why am I blanking on his name?
Hawkins?
UConn.
No, he got drafted.
On UConn.
Right?
It's not Newton. It's
Newman. It's something like that.
No.
It's like he's got triple doubles or something.
I don't know, but they have their big guys great.
Crazy.
Newton. Tristan Newton.
Yeah.
Right,
okay. Yeah, you were on it. You threw me off.
But Klingen's their big guy. He's awesome.
By being on it?
Yeah. I was thinking of Castle. That's what I was blanking on.
But there's just not a lot of star power.
Agreed. No,
that kind of takes away from it.
Yeah, I mean, Duke doesn't, Philip Bukowski's not, he's good, but he's not Duke doesn't have a massive
Not
star.
to spend so much time in college basketball. The Kentucky guy who hit the buzzer beater.
Reed Shepherd can be a star.
Is he an NBA guy?
I think so, yeah.
He's a freshman. It's a weak draft.
Yeah, he's in there.
Every time I watch the guy, he's incredible.
Every year, I just almost always blindly put Kentucky into my final.
They're humming.
I just like Calipari. I feel like he could be my uncle. I like Kentucky. I think of John Wall.
That win last night, winning in Mississippi State is very hard. That's a big time win for them.
All right, moving on. Tyreek Hill's getting sued by an influencer for breaking her leg after she embarrassed him on the field. So her kid was going to Tyreek Hill's camp, kids football camp. He was flirting with her. She claims to be 6'1". He says, no way, you're 6'1". Come back to my house and I'll measure you. Something I do with the women all the time to make sure that they're 6'4", 6'5", 6'6".
That is your cup of tea.
It was once. But yeah, I like to make sure they're Amazonians. And so I get it.
The Liberty was looking at this girl.
And they do some football drills. She embarrasses him. He wants to get back at her. She goes back at him. He goes back at her and he breaks her leg.
What
She's
football
now
drills could
suing
she
him.
possibly embarrass him in?
She pushed him down. They did like Oklahoma drill.
Jesus.
The article's hilarious.
The NFL.
The article's hilarious because it says that she was invited over to hang, and then the next sentence it goes, they did offensive drills. It's just like, it's just
Yeah,
incredible.
I'll tell you what. If you're Tyreek Hill with the checkered past you have, you can't be doing football drills against women. That's something you just can't be doing.
Yeah.
Or like if they're just gonna come at you and you're not gonna push back, all right, like sure, but you can't go at her.
No.
I'll say this also, like for defenders move, I think we got to play press coverage and like a little jamming at Tyreek Hill.
You don't want the contact.
The tape is
Maybe
out.
Hire for a scouting department. Be like, here's how you get in Tyreek's head.
Such a meathead thing to like come over. It's like when you used to like if you knew somebody, you were friendly with a girl in freshman year of college, and like your friend invited her over or whatever. It's like, oh, you guys hung out. It's like, yeah, he showed me his like high school highlight tape. Like you would hear those whispers. Like, oh yeah, like Scabelli brings a girl over watching him.
You just made me think of where you were like, I like to measure girls or whatever you just said. There was a viral tweet like yesterday of a guy on dates. He takes them and just sees how they throw a frisbee to see if they're physically coordinated. And like, I could totally see you being that type of guy. Be like, I need to see if like you're like, you have it all there together to throw a frisbee properly.
'cause
I'll say
I
this,
can't
throwing a
really
frisbee is kind of hard.
Very hard.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. We got NC State swimmer stripped of conference title for celebrating too hard with his teammate. Owen Lloyd, All-American senior, finished first in the 1650-yard freestyle at the ACC Championships. His teammate Ross Dant finished second. After the two finished the race, Owen went over into Ross's lane, which was directly next to his, and celebrated with him. Officials disqualified Lloyd for interfering with another swimmer. Ross Dant, then that guy was awarded first place. In his post-race interview, he was like, "That's the dumbest rule in swimming. Owen beat me fair and square. Should be on that podium." Yeah, this doesn't make. I thought maybe they were on different teams. Like they're on the same team. Who cares?
Also,
Why can't
interfere with the race is over.
The race
Right.
is over. Yeah.
If it would make sense at least of like you went into the lane of the
Yeah.
guy who's still trying to swim and you fuck up his water and all that, or you collide with him, he's over. He was done.
It's
I think
done.
other people were still going, but who cares about them?
No.
Yeah.
Like there's no common sense applied to this rule, and there needs to be common sense applied. It makes you think it's not as dumb as like that. You know, when Spieth got disqualified a couple weeks ago for like filling out your
Well, that's the
scorecard wrong.
dumbest thing in the world in
It is.
golf. It's
This
like,
isn't that dumb, but it's
we're
dumb.
watching the strokes. Like
Yeah.
they don't even need to turn in a scorecard if you ask me.
It's the dumbest thing in the world. But this isn't that dumb, but it's right up there.
Yeah, there are some dumb things in sports.
Yeah. This makes no. I mean, like, what an awkward conversation that must be between the two in the locker room after. Like, yeah.
Well,
what do you say if you're Ross,
if
though?
Dent had any brains, he would just hand the kid the
He
gold.
said he was in the interview. He said, "I'm going to give him the medal."
Yeah, you give him the gold. But now Dent
it
gets
doesn't
robbed
go
of a
down.
silver, which is kind of bullshit.
History books.
You know what I mean?
Well, shouldn't they just?
No, because he
Oh,
got
he doesn't get
disqualified.
anything.
He doesn't get anything. So, I don't know.
So the fourth guy really good.
The trophy company should reach out or whatever and send.
Or the
Send
the
Dent to
committee should
silver.
just be like, never mind.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah,
just like,
it's
never
like
mind.
common sense.
I think of like picturing like swimming officials, whatever they may look like, and they're just deciding, oh, he swimmed in his lane, like let's take away his gold. Like it's the dumbest fucking thing in the world.
Yeah.
Next up, we got the state of Texas is suing Pornhub for failing to block access to minors. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton is suing Pornhub's parent company for allegedly violating the state law by failing to implement age verification measure to ensure that the child can access their website. He wants the state court to implement an age verification system that requires users to upload a photo of their government ID to prove their age. What the fuck? To watch porn, you gotta show a license?
I mean, that's always been like people getting in on an early age, right? I know the rules,
oh, yeah.
but like,
I mean, every 13-year-old watches
Yeah,
porn until their dick
exactly.
falls off.
Imagine being in high school, like freshman in high school, you're just not watching porn.
Yeah, no. I mean, when I was a kid,
Like it always like, are you 18? You would hit yes, but like, all right, that's all I gotta do. Now
when I was a
show
kid,
your
like,
ID.
did you ever watch porn with your friends? We would watch porn together, like not jerk off, but like it was like, oh yeah, like when we first were getting into the game, when we first discovered this gold mine, I was like, we got to watch porn. Like that's all we wanted to do.
You're watching just like full videos with your pals.
Yeah, but then like none of us were jerking off, but internally we're like, oh my god, this is. I think it was actually probably before jerking off came around.
You're almost like watching like a movie, just appreciating the art.
Yeah, it was more like, oh, look, naked women having sex. Like we didn't even know what to do with that yet. We were like, oh, here's something. I don't know what to do with this, but I like watching this.
All right.
A lot of that was something a lot of kids did, I think.
I definitely got.
Like when you turn on pickleball for the first time. I don't really know the rules, but I like watching.
I got a call from my buddy's mom once blaming me because they found porn on his computer. So he blamed me for he was like, oh, Eric was on the computer, so it wasn't. And I have a conversation. I'm like, nope. That was just him watching porn. I got blamed for it, but
you weren't even there.
No.
Oh, that's incredible.
Insane. I'm not friends.
You
with
just you were like the horny, like the most believably.
She
horny
forever. I think she never brought up to me but I always imagined that she looked at me like, oh, that's the guy who used our home computer to watch porn.
Called you and put you on the phone?
No. The moms talked.
Right.
And mom was like, yeah, that's just not happening. But
that's classic time. I actually wasn't porn. We were watching Spartacus: Blood and Sand. And
was the name of the title of the porn?
No, that was the TV show on Cinemax or something.
Oh.
And we were watching.
You were Googling?
We're just watching to see boobs, And my friend had accidentally called his mom in his pocket, and was accidentally leaving her a voicemail where one of us was saying something. And he just let out I'm trying to watch some naked women here, yelled it out, and then he had to race home, steal his mom's phone, and delete the voicemail before she could.
And he did it. He pulled it off.
He pulled it off successfully. Because as a kid, that's the scariest thing, which is dumb. But when you're 13, 14, the idea of your parents catching you watching porn is my life's over. Yeah. I think in reality they'd probably be like, yeah, no fucking shit.
You're just growing up.
Yeah.
But you would have to lock doors and
you
shit.
Thought you were
they used to have the code on the TV.
You think you hear a sound and it's not your mom.
Thought you were Grand Theft robbery.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody would have a hot box. They used to have the code on the TV. You could set the adult code. Remember that? Certain channels you could block.
I never did that. But
we never had a hot box, but we used to block the Disney Channel for my sister so she couldn't watch her shows. Huh. And then my mom would flip out, and then we couldn't watch our shows. Damn. I don't know, we were pricks. We were 10, 12 pricks.
That's talking porn. Next up, we got Irish mom lost an $800K disability lawsuit due to a photo of her winning a tree throwing competition. Camelia Grabska, she was suing an insurance company for $800K for lost wages after claiming a car accident in 2017 left her in debilitating pain. She said the past 5 years she was unable to carry her children to her pain. In the midst of the lawsuit, a picture of her throwing a fucking tree from 2018 came out. She was awarded no money. John Rich with a banger of a viral tweet about this, 200,000 likes. What are we at now?
It's growing.
What?
I said, yeah, it's growing. What
are we at?
Is that yours? No.
You didn't even embed your own tweet in the blog? That's a major missed opportunity.
It's too.
I do like when that happens in the blogs and it's 18 likes on when someone does that on the blog. It's very funny.
Yeah.
Any names?
No, not gonna do that.
229.
Yeah.
229. Almost.
What does it say?
10 million views.
Arguably, what does it say?
Arguably the most incriminating photo in the history.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Tough to argue that one in court.
Yeah, I mean, even for somebody who wasn't claiming to be disabled, you'd be like, my God, that's impressive.
Good.
No lawyer can take this case and be like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. This
Right,
is
you're dead. Yeah.
So
I think literally, you're better off taking Casey Anthony's case. You're better off taking a case a serial killer.
Yeah.
It's well, this one I can't touch this.
This made me laugh because. Sorry, John. What?
Yeah, I was gonna say this one's funny too because she's got the date on her plaque of the day she won
Pretty
it.
bad.
So, you can't even say, oh no, that was a different.
Just hilarious to what's going on and how
shot.
These types of companies will investigate this shit.
She can't fight. She just can't fight that anymore, too.
No.
That just be you guys got me.
My mom.
Throw your hands up.
My mom has a handicap placard because she has metal bars in her back, from back surgeries long ago, and she would be so concerned that there were people on across the street taking pictures of her unloading groceries. So maybe she just did this to really get me to unload groceries, but and not do some heavy lifting that she didn't want to do. But she was very concerned, they're going to take it away, and meanwhile this person's throwing a tree.
Yeah,
this is crazy.
She actually is kind of trying to fight it. She says she was just trying to live a normal life.
What about throwing trees in normal life?
Mental. Yeah.
Huh.
Whatever. Good to see the New York Post making headlines instead of Zachy the Rat covering NIT teams.
Oh, come on. He's a good journalist.
You want to die on that hill?
Anything after? I mean, we're there at Barstool Combine.
You have a good time in Chicago?
Yeah, got a couple nice dinners. Yeah, I mean, right now, actually, so the kind of there's controversy over that. We went to a nice dinner Monday night.
Me and Tommy still have yet. We were out there every week and still
You
yet
were
to have
invited
the
both
Chili's.
nights.
I know, but I want a one-on-one. I really want to get after you.
All right. Nikki Smokes, who Nikki Smokes up way big for me after this trip. Just talking chicks with him. He's a fun guy to hang out with.
I got something dropping with him, Healthy Debate Thursday, like a sit-down type thing, almost like the Eddie style. But yeah, he's unapologetically like who he is. He's just trying to be in the mix, have some fun. I think I always kind of entertain when I'm around him.
Yeah, he's. I think Big Cat said it maybe best. He's a likable douchebag.
Okay.
And we were out to dinner. He asked who wanted like shots. He ordered 5 things of vodka shots, Tito's, which, I wanted a green tea shot personally. They didn't make green tea shots there, so I settled for the vodka shot. Some people are like, that's a crazy move. I don't know. I think it's fine. Whatever. It's just whatever.
I just wouldn't do it. I just can't do a vodka shot.
No, yeah.
Like my body will. I can do vodka mixed drinks, no problem.
The only thing is
he is a spread it around guy though. Like he's all right shot. He doesn't take the time of like, what does everyone want? Okay, you want a Rumpelman.
I appreciate the guy who's trying to get things going.
Shots for the table. Like he's.
The guy who's trying to all right, let's get vibes up and all that.
His defense was like, I'm a guy, I can't buy shots, I don't think he bought the shots. I think they just went to the bill that Francis paid.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if you could be like, I'm just buying shots for the boys when you're just ordering that. But maybe he did give the waitress her card. We didn't know. But that's what Francis is currently trying to get to.
He's a spread it around guy. Like, like instead of order, all right, you know what? We'll get 6 all right, how many guys? 4 guys. There's the over ordering and it's an old school thing. It's like a New York thing. Like he's a little bit like that. I don't hate that.
Yeah.
Like you sit down and you're like, all right, we'll get one of every app. It's like, who cares? You know what I mean? Now it's all right, and there's no worrying about I wanted this app, I wanted.
We elected Francis to be the leader because it was kind of like an appetizers place where she was like everybody gets kind of 2 to 3 plates, and we just said Francis take us home. We did a fantastic job. And then I just crypto. We're on another we get one of these every 2 or 3 years. We're on one of these massive crypto runs where it feels like people are going to make life-changing money, and I don't want to miss out this time. I just bought some more Dogecoin. I've got Bitcoin. I've got ETH. This is gonna keep ripping, and we're gonna go parabolic, as they say.
You said that.
And I do not want to miss. I don't want to miss the bull.
You know what parabolic even? Like you just saying
big.
that? Oh,
goes up.
Okay.
It's going parabolic. So Doge is probably going to go parabolic. Bitcoin is at like 63K. ETH is like 3,500. I just don't want to miss this. I don't want to miss this one.
Nate probably tells me once a day to get Bitcoin.
Do you not have any Bitcoin?
No.
I don't have any either.
Oh, you guys are missing out.
But then I ask him like, when are you going to sell? And he goes, never. I'm like, all right, well that's not going to work.
Well,
you eventually
that is the issue. Is I never know what to sell.
Right. It's like being hot at a blackjack table. You don't know when to get up.
I bought Dogecoin I bought $1,000 of Dogecoin in like summer 2020 at Quiggs' request. Made $500 on it. I was like, I'm out. Classic. $500 quick. If I had held on to that, and then the run it had it had a big run in the winter, spring of 2021, I think it would have had about $200,000 worth. God. So that makes me think I never want to sell. That makes me be like, you know what? I'm just going to buy. And until it becomes right now, I don't need that money that I have in crypto. If I need that money, I'll sell. Or if it becomes life changing, I'll sell. Until then, I'm just strapping in and I'm HDLing.
Well, unless you could do it to get like a thing, like if you would have bought a condo and then you can make money off the condo, then you can justify all right, whatever.
Yeah, I'm not planning to buy a condo. We have right now in the New York office, that corner, we've got just like a little investment discussion.
We were doing
investment center.
High yield savings accounts 2 weeks ago.
Thank you for choosing the investment.
Vanguard, look.
Adult things are happening.
Boys got to get rich.
Adult things are happening.
Boys got to get rich. Your money needs to be making money for you. Every hour, I get we get paid at Barstool, and then my money gets money. My money has a job too to make more money. And that's just how you got to. That's just how you got to fucking act.
Yep.
And we'll all get rich.
Sounds like a plan.
Anyone got anything else?
No.
I think so.
All right. See you guys tomorrow. Leap day. Leap day tomorrow.
Whoa.